I love the fact
Yeah.
that he's under his van doing an
So
oil
do I.
change. Welcome back to the Insiders, back again. Another week, another Verdevant for Mr. Darren. Um, how are you, Daz?
I'm pretty good. That's a little number. It's a Chenin Blanc from Le Loire, one of my favorite regions for wine, south, west of Paris. I love it. All directions lead to the Loire, Le Loire. Um, Massive episode, Matty. I don't reckon we're going to be able to nail it in one of our one free Zoom calls. So we'll see how we rock and roll. We'll swing to the next. I'm going to kick off with pretty funny comp down there in New Zealand. We won't give it all the day, but I reckon we could nearly just pick winners and two, maybe there's going to be. I've got a feeling, I haven't looked at Surfline today, that there might be a little bit of a nay slayer swell comes through on the last day, 4 foot. It looks maybe the last 2 days. And to tell you the truth, as much as I love hell barrels, if this place actually does get 4 foot and we see like half decent, it's a super contestable wave. And you
Yeah.
did see that the best dude's got the best scores.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, literally, like I agree. The only kind of thing that I would say that this competition's had, which I haven't really agreed with, was when they called it on for one day
Oh,
for
one
the Griff.
heat.
Yeah, for one heat.
Yeah,
Sorry, for the
I'd be
Griffin.
asking for a refund.
Yeah, for Griffin, I felt like Griffin and Crosby got pretty shafted there, and it was a bit savage. But other than that, yeah, I mean the day one and day two, I thought was sick. Some hell surfing. Like obviously we won't go like full into it, but Medina, sorry, Felipe on a 2+1 little 20 was pretty cool. Aaron Brooks went pretty nuts and looked really good. Um, Yagadora surfed really good. Like I think he might be the one to beat. And Medina looked good as well. Italy looked pretty fun. I thought the Brazilians looked like they really added like some spice to the wave. Morgs looked
Yeah,
really good. So yeah, it was sick.
I thought a lot of them looked good. I thought it was pretty radical how Yago just took two waves and kind of like with a wave pool where you can't blame anything else. He was just able to extract
Yeah,
two nines
yeah,
from a place where Lukey Thompson didn't have a hope in hell of extracting two nines. And
nah.
I'm going to go against ya. I thought I just think Aaron Brooks looks horrible in her heats this year. Anyway, I think she blows up in her Red Bull, but I got a I got a problem with her arms going wonky, and I got a feeling that she's a little bit stressed. Who beat her again? Carissa. Was it Carissa that beat her? No, Carissa beat
Um,
Tia.
in this event,
Yeah, in the next round.
um, it was because Carissa went nuts because I was actually meant to say that Carissa in
Carissa
both her
got
heats.
Carissa got a good wave. She got a wave that went for like 100,
Yeah,
100 meters. But I just think I just got a
Gabrielle
feeling like
Bryant.
okay, yeah, which she didn't look that good. That was a dog of the heat.
Did
I
you
just
see
got a
Kate
feel.
Sims as well? See
Yeah,
Kate
yeah,
Sims
it's a
heat.
bit. It's I've read a really good write up from my childhood mate, long Tom on Swellnet, Steve Shearer, and it's just this, and I know what he's getting at, but let's just surfing. It's fucking so hard to get the world's best at the world's best spot and actually all in good waves. That's just what it's like. If you want to see the world's best, like Katie or whatever performing in world's best wave, just watch their edits, man, because that's where you'll get it. In a comp
Yeah,
where you've got 10 days, they're just going to have to perform in the shit they get given for 30 minutes or go home.
I agree and disagree really. Like, I do agree that it's obviously difficult and it is like it is what it is. But then I think Katie's was like if you look at everyone else that day, it's an anomaly. She got one wave that heat. Like it was just like we've seen it happen at pipe. It can be pumping and for 45 minutes it just takes
Yep.
a breather. So I don't think you can throw like if that had happened on 4 or 5 of the heats through the day, you could then
Yeah.
put question marks over it. But like one heat, like everyone else was catching 2 or more waves. I mean, you look at Gabriel Bryant put up 12 points, Erin 10, the Caroline Marks Tia heat, like all of the heats, there was waves. So it was just
No,
an anomaly.
It was Caroline that beat Tia, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, and the one thing about the Katie heat, it did make me think like that's the type of heat where I can see if she took a break from tour, like Dane, like people say there's the comparisons. If she did come off of the tour out of her own choice, which I don't think she will, they're the types of heats where you're like, yeah, she's over that. Like she doesn't want to just go and sit out at New Zealand. She wants to be
Yeah, but
somewhere
come
else. But
on. New Zealand's a fucking hell place to visit. I'd love to go there,
for
get
sure, I've
paid,
been there.
have everyone say to me I'm unreal. And sometimes you're going to go there, so you're going to score, and other times you're going to go there and not score, and the rest of it is slogging it out in real jobs. And
Yeah,
go be a free surfer. It's going to happen. The same thing's going to happen to you. You're going to go places and score, and you're going to go places to not score. It's kind of like people saying Geordie should give it up or whatever. He fucking loves it. Why wouldn't you love it? Like,
and look, like
come on.
if he comes
Hey,
last, if he comes
how
last,
many comps are there, Matt? How many? Is it
11,
12?
11 or
11.
12.
So let's say a week of traveling to each one. It's 22 weeks. How
Also,
many weeks a year do you got to work?
exactly. Also, if you
Huh.
come last, yeah, you get 10 grand. So you worst case, 11 heat, 11 events. You turn up to somewhere, you travel somewhere nice and all of that jazz, and then you surf one heat and you lose, you get 10 grand. You get at the end of
And
it,
you go out to dinner with a bunch of your mates, you see this, you see that. And like
yeah,
if you can't handle that, obviously you can't handle the sport because you can be a tennis player and go everywhere and lose first match as well. I'm feeling a little bit at the moment for Oscar Barry, but he come in as an underdog, as a bit of an unknown,
yeah,
and honestly, he's ripped. He was ripping. He ripped in his heat. He lost by a little
yeah,
bit. He ripped at Snapper. He lost by a little bit. He's having a dig, and like I hope he can look in the mirror and say, "I'm losing by a little bit. I'm having a dig."
yeah,
As
yeah,
to anyone can understand, you can just think I'm a loser. Next comp kind of suits him, isn't it? El Salvador,
yeah. Should
and
do, should do.
strangely we talk about the person on the bottom, but that's just kind
No,
of
but
like
I
what I'm
think
seeing.
I think it's funny, right? He gets a 2-man heat, so he's guaranteed a 2-man heat at the beginning of every event, and then it's 2-man, 2-man. And like I just said, worst case, he loses first round, he still banks 10 grand into the bank, yeah. On the Challenger Series,
Yeah,
you have a 4-man heat in way worse conditions, in way worse location, or not worse locations, but generally worse waves, and he's got to make it through a lot of rounds before he even gets close to making 10 grand. So if he is stressing, he should probably stop stressing because
and listen to us because in front of him he's got El Salvador, which is a sick right up his alley.
yeah,
He's got Dogger Beach Break, Brazil, where he can go and do a bit of Caparica, Caparica, whatever you call it,
capoeira,
Cap, Capoeira, have some great steak and everything. Then he's got Trestles. I
great
think
wave
it's
for him.
no, or it's the Pacific. He's got a double whammy of
Yeah.
Chopu, Cloudbreak. Now, okay, we won't bark on that, but one other thing I wanted to mention to you because I've seesawed back and forth on this one, and I think I would have given if I was watching and I was then had to go to the pub or a barbecue or a coffee shop after with one of my mates, I would have said Cowley maybe surf better than Jack.
Oh, he did. For me, he did. I thought that Cowley won that heat.
I
I
don't know about see, there's the thing I've been thinking. I don't know about okay, I'm not 100% going to say okay, Cowley won that heat. I think he surfed better, but I think Jack gave them every chance for him to win because he
yeah, yeah.
connected every dots, didn't he?
He did. And it is literally like you watch that heat. If you show that heat to 100 people without the scoring and you ask who wins and who loses, I think 50 people would probably go Cowley, 50 people would go Jack. It was that close. It was
But
a sick heat.
Cowley's hooks in the bottom are epic. And the first thing
Yeah.
I noticed when I saw that he lost against Jack in a pretty close heat and big scores was there was a section where 1000% I know that Yago, Italo, and Gabrielle would have boosted over it and done a couple of other things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was his backup score. I'm not talking about his nine, and he would have at least got an eight. So
Well, I
he's
was
got to
about to
learn
say
from
like,
that. I reckon he's got to learn from that
yeah.
because that's how you're going to differentiate yourself.
I agree. I was about to say the thing as well is like he got a nine. If you're losing a heat that close and you've got a nine in your back pocket, like you haven't surfed the perfect heat, so there's room there for sure. The last thing I wanted to talk about on like the WSL side of things, um, I think this year's been great. I like the new format. I actually prefer it. I like the losing straight away and it's cutthroat. They need to sort out they need like next year because I think it changes now, but having no seeding changes in the first four events is so wrong. Like we are literally seeing the same
No, they have
heats.
had, dude. They have had. They
No,
have
not
had. I don't know what's working like that because otherwise Liam wouldn't be in round two
yeah, no, no,
and
but
things like that.
they're not changing it on that's only like on the bottom. So
Okay, okay, okay,
if
okay.
if you look at it, Griffin and Crosby have surfed against each other three times in four events. Medina and Felipe have. I think if the results had gone right, and like it could have been the other way around as well, but Miguel and Sammy would have surfed against each other again. Um,
And Jack and Cowley have as well,
yeah,
haven't they?
Jack and
Or
Cowley
not?
and Geordie and Kanoa, I think have like two or three times in the first four events. It's just like they have to look at it and go, okay, like I don't see why or how it's not rocket science just to do the reseeding every event, first event off, like straight off the bat. Like,
I
um,
think I like Joe Vaughan nearly better than Kanoa, but Kanoa's such a good surfer as well. He can connect the dots.
yeah, he was smooth. He was really smooth. Um,
Vaughan's got to go big in
El South.
yeah, because we'll leave that straight away. And I don't want to dwell too much on this because I didn't watch a single minute of it apart from Instagram reels. His little brother just went absolute trucking Burko.
Yes, like I watched a lot more than a minute of it than and Instagram reels. I watched almost all of it. We're talking about Stab High, Virginia Beach. Um, yeah, it was not as good as the Sydney event. The if you actually watched it, like not on Instagram, the make rates on day one and two, or sorry, on day one, sorry, the make rates were low. There was a horrible wind, like nothing against the surfers really, but there was a horrible wind, and people were kind of having to adjust and stuff. Like Hughie Vaughan, who was the star of the show, he didn't land an air all day until his last one. He nearly didn't even qualify. Um, And that was where the standout for me. I know Huey went bananas on that final day. It was different level. It was so sick to watch. I loved it. But Logie Cullen is 16 years old. He landed. His make rate was the best of the whole comp. Like um,
So
for
he's only 16. Is he from WA?
Sydney,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry,
And
Logie. Sorry.
he
co-ed.
um he actually should have still been in the Bottle Rockets division, so the younger guys division, but he won it 2 years in a row, and they Nate Fletcher was like, "No, you got to step up." But it was sick. The final day was epic. If you've only watched it on Instagram or if you watch the Stab like 10-minute, 12-minute videos on YouTube, that's the best way to watch it by far. My takeaways from it, Kolohe Andino is a fucking weirdo. Like, and he's
Or
pretty
still,
like still, and he's pretty like attention seeking and just like every time the camera was on, they went to the judges because he was one of the
can
judges,
you
and there's
go into can you go into specifics, Matt, if you're going to make a big call like that?
yeah, so every time they put the camera on the judges and like Nate Fletcher was talking and Chloe was in the background, it'd be like pulling faces to the camera, like doing weird stuff, like just a bit. And it's so contradictory because he's like, oh, I'm this core guy, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like doing weird stuff. Like he's just weird. I just find him weird.
He's missing the spotlight, obviously.
Yeah, a little bit.
Can't handle the heat.
And his Stecco clothing in his Stecco brand is so ugly. Sorry. But
So there you go. Also, I just think it's the worst name I've ever heard.
yeah, Stecco's the weirdest name. I don't even know what it means. But um, what else was going on? Oh, and then the practice day, Eitan Osborne landed the weirdest, never been done trick before ever, and it was mental. It's a stale fish reverse body varial thing, and he lands it
Okay.
so clean. It's pretty sick. You do have to say, look, the airs that the airs that won this event, you would like when Stab High started, you would never thought they were possible. And
You'll never see, you probably won't ever see them. You'll see one or two of them in the ocean, but not like that.
no, I mean, I've just seen a clip of Dane Henry in Indo, and he's doing humongous airs in the ocean,
Oh, cool.
and it looks, but he's just doing like he's just doing an air reverse or a full row, but in the ocean on a way bigger wave. Whereas if they'd done that in the pool, it would have just got like it would have got the lowest score possible because it's in the pool.
Interesting. Interesting enough, Dane Henry's not going to these. Is he keeping himself pure because he's going for the CT?
Yeah,
Or you think they're just not inviting him? Of course they invite him. I'd keep myself pure too.
he's pretty
That's
much
why
said
that's why I don't watch it, Manny. I'm trying to be pure.
he pretty much said on a Ain't That Swell podcast that this year he is only doing competitions and like WSL comps. He wants to just win the Challenger Series. Like he said he's not even filming for parts, like not even doing filming for parts or anything. He's literally everything this year is on about qualifying, which I think cool. Good on you. Like Hughie's doing the exact opposite. Hughie's saying all I'm doing is filming for parts. I've had some inside information, but apparently Hughie's got an absolute heater of a section in the ritualistic tendencies, ritual vision part. And Young Guns, there's a new quickie Young Guns film, and apparently Hughie goes nuts in that. So which is
He
really
is
cool.
the best surfer under 20 in the world, isn't he? Is he?
I mean,
Is
how
anyone doing what he's doing in the ocean and in the thing?
hard
I
to
saw
argue with
him.
that.
I saw him in the ocean.
Yeah.
I remember he's clutch, man. He's pulling stuff off with 5 seconds to go.
I've seen him. There's what I can't
There's
remember.
no way he's not charging hell barrels
I
as
was going to
well
say
because
this. I've
even
seen.
when he was like 13, he was.
I think there's a clip with him and Mikey Wright, and he is all he's doing is like he's not doing a single air. He is getting absolutely coned off his dial, and yeah, he's absolutely phenomenal. I think he's like you could say he's probably up there at the moment with the best free surfers in the world. Like
I'm
for
telling you,
what?
it's
Yeah,
impossible for him to have even a micro speck of fat on his body
yeah,
because I reckon the dude must surf 80 hours a day
yeah.
when he's surfing. When he's surfing,
Apparently he does. Yeah. Which is sick. And yeah, Stab High was really good. I do think it's really cool. Like Cool stab out. The day one, the broadcast broke for like a half a day, which is pretty shitty, but is what it is. But I do think they're pushing the progression of airs in the pool and the progression of surfing in that side of it. Um, I saw Leo Frivanti commented on Hughie's winning air, saying something like that's a different sport, like meaning it in a positive. But when
It
you actually
is.
watch it, it is a completely different sport. There's, you like nearly all of them didn't have leashes on. There's no where do I take off, where do I not. I would like Stab High to go back to an ocean again, like maybe do it at Lakey Peak again or do somewhere else again, like in the sea, and see how far they can progress what they've done in the pools now into an ocean. But I still think it's pretty sick.
It'll just
Um,
fall flat. It'll just fall flat in the ocean, maybe because it doesn't
Maybe.
deliver.
But the ones they've done in Costa Rica and Lake Peak were pretty sick.
Okay. Hey, of Pool, what's the next best thing you've seen this week? There's actually a couple of next best things, Matty. So
Well,
pick pick yours and then I'll pick mine.
I'll say the one that I sent you. Our guiding light, our forefather, our what do we call him? Oracle, maybe is what we call him, Mr. Torren Martyn.
The North Star,
The like
the benchmark.
the palate cleanser. Everything about it is just like, I yeah. He's dropped a new edit called Southside, or a new. I'm
Do,
gonna call it a film. It's an hour long, so I'm calling it a film.
do you think Torren was watching Stab High?
I think so. I think Torren would probably have wished he was there and was probably drinking monsters at home watching Stab High
But
while
he couldn't find enough petrol to set up the generator behind the caravan
yeah.
to already get the internet box working,
I
or
think I think if I said
even know it was on.
if you said to Torren Martin, did you watch Stab High? He'd be like, who? Um
No, because he's busy out in the forest trying to actually do his bit to save the planet. I just love everything that he stands for. And a super interesting comment that my mate said to me, because I was like, "Did you see that?" Because he's got this mate that he visits in Tasmania, and another childhood mate of ours had a boat, and I think he did the full east coast of Australia, and I think he did a extended stint in Tasmania, going around Tasmania in this yacht with his missus and kid. And he's like the heaviest thing he saw was that they're doing that in the cold, in
mm,
those little kayaks in the ocean. And what I was thinking was, because that's all unfortunately always what I think is, did they see any massive Noahs when they were just paddling along? Oh, that'd freak me out.
yeah, I don't do you get him in Tassie? You get him down there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think wherever there's fish, you get Noahs, especially in that part of the sea. But maybe less in South Australia. Maybe they didn't see them. I'd be wondering why they wouldn't mention it if they didn't see it. See
Mm.
it. But anyway, that's not the focal point of the adventure. That last section, the
Like
ship stones, just shows like he's one of the greatest surfers ever to surf. I think.
I agree. I also think like I've said this. I think Craig Anderson is one of the most underrated. Actually, I think Craig Anderson is one of the most underrated surfers on the planet. Even though he got a bit of hype and stuff like that. And I think Torren is right up there because if I don't know if Jack Robinson drops this ship sterns at it, then
You're expecting it.
the stab all over it. Everyone like it will be on podcasts everywhere. It will be absolutely everywhere. But Torren does it because he does it in Torren's way. It's just almost like under the radar and it's core. Like people like us.
Uh, don't go thinking it's too under the radar, matey. You watch in about a month's time. That video will minimum clock up over 200K hits. And I've seen and checked the stats on a few of his old videos back to Mexico. The dude can tap 1 million views,
I'm not.
which
I mean more like under the
not like
radar. Like,
Ryan Callan, one of the best surfers on the planet as well, drops it out. It'll get 4 or 5,000 views. Torren drops it. It's minimum 200K because
yeah,
he's got a fucking loyal,
yeah,
far-reaching horde of hippie lovers.
he's got the follow, but I meant more like, I
You're
guess
just talking from mainstream media.
I'm
Who
talking like
cares what they
in the
think, bro?
news. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
in the
like,
mainstream media
but
news.
properly good edit, or film. Really eye-opening, not just about surfing for any like won't fully spoil it, but it's about like I mean it's typical Torren. You've seen his other ones where he's on bikes going through New Zealand and doing all that. With his good mate Ishka, who is he's a lord as well to be doing that, like with him and stuff. Um yeah, like just really, really cool project and piece of content that Torrens put out
It's not
again.
just it's just not just about surfing. It's
Yeah,
also about nature, which a lot of people are into, myself included. Being able to do an adventure like that with your arms, he's paddling to these places.
yeah,
Fucking sick, man. It's sick. And there's also footage at the start of him on a mid-length. I guess it's a twin, because I sent it to Rob Vaughan, my mate, and I was like, I'm like, unfortunately, that's the problem with watching Siren Surf when you're not like a clutch 6'1", 18 3/4, 2 3/8 surfboard lover is. I want to get a board like one of those things, but with a little squash tail thruster on it, on like a 7.2, because the way you can see he's wrapping it around, it's just a sick board.
and just
And
get
he's
it to
surfing, he's
winning.
surfing like I don't know how long it is, if it's 6'8" or 7.2, and he's just flying. And all that
Yeah,
stuff he's doing on little twins. It's
yeah,
nuts.
it
How's
is
that little
nuts.
beach break he gets where he just paddles out? Just
But
sick.
yeah, but also, and we've said this multiple times as well. He doesn't surf that many boards, does he? So it's like, especially when he's traveling, he's probably got two boards. So it's like, all right, how big is it? Right, I'm going this one or this one, like kind of thing. Whereas sometimes people like us and other people, um, you've almost got like you switch boards so much and stuff, and you can't get one dialed in, then you want a different one, and then it's like not working, and you're like, oh God, like what's going on?
Blame the
But
board.
I mean, I've got a Simon Jones, and it's an incredible board, so I can't. So I would say like his boards work great because they're made great. So
Bring it down one time. I'd love to have a go of it. I saw it.
it was down last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, missed
Yeah.
it.
Don't know if I trust you with your duck dive and your knee. No, kidding. But
No, well, I wouldn't.
I
Brocky's
would.
like that. Kale, who's been down here a month or so, I've surfed with him a bunch of times. We see each other every couple of days. He only surfs one board, and he only ever wore one pair of board shorts too. So that there is people out there doing it.
Yeah,
Hey, if you've got an hour and a quarter, and everyone's got an hour and a quarter, apart from, unless you're the CEO of Apple or Nvidia and you're listening to us, and I, I hope they're not, honestly. I hope they're not. I hope Trumpy's not listening to us. The rest of you, at one stage, you're going to have an hour. So I reckon you're better watching this than doom scrolling.
yeah, 100%. And then I just wanted to say that there's probably an element of Torren that because of everything he does is so like his voice is so calm, the danger that he puts himself through, like at that wave
Yeah.
and everything else he does, you're almost like you don't even think about it. I reckon he talks Ishka into things like, oh yeah, we should just do this, and Ishka's probably like, oh yeah, that's fine, and then the next thing he's like,
Oh, yeah, they were at ship sterns, I reckon.
yeah, um,
Even
but
though that was a mashup of a whole bunch of different
yeah,
sections, because from what I understood at the start, he's living down there.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So he's obviously got his eye on the forecast there, but there's a couple of sessions where he just looks like he's out there by himself,
yeah. I
just
also did think,
knife and hell bombs. That place must be so consistent if you're a nutbag.
yeah. I also did like at the beginning how he talks about before he goes about how his life's changed now with his daughter and stuff. Like I think it like added that real kind of element of like yeah, like that's he's now got to weigh things up that like more normal people have to as well. It's not just his selfish pursuit. He's got his kid to think about and stuff as well, which is I thought it was cool that he included that because would have
Well,
been
there you
easy
go.
to just leave it out.
Look, we want to keep to our roots and stick to the one episode, one shot wonders. So we got 8 minutes, Matty. Ethan Ewing's the best natural footer on the planet on a shortboard in performance carvy waves for me. I think Felipe might come close, but in a different perspective. Did you see the last stab high drop?
Stab in the Dark. I have not watched episode
Oh,
4. It's
stab in the dark drop. So we won't waste too much time on that. We won't waste any time on it. We'll talk about it in the next episode. Or unless you want me to say something about it. Fuck, he
uh
can rip.
I'm
He
gonna watch
just
that.
he just rips the living bug out of it. And well, listeners, you can be like Matt. Listen to me give you a preview. I guess a lot of people have heard about his upbringing, how he got brought up by a single dad and a couple of older brothers. But actually seeing it and seeing him talk about it, uh, he manages to pull a classic Ethan and keep nearly the emotions at bay. It's just insane, man. There's no way you can't watch it and just want him to succeed and be pretty stoked on what he's put together.
Sick. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Um, Sticking to the plan. The one other thing that I wanted to talk about, which was what you sent me.
Oh, did we have a plan?
Well, not a plan, just
It's good to have one. It's good
sticking
to have a
with.
plan.
We didn't have one, which is typical us, but sticking within the 40 minute, the one episode banger. The West is Worse by Jacob Wilcox.
Oh, I sent you that. That's a
You
pretty
sent me
sick
that.
little edit.
I
I
think it
gotta
is
love the.
so cool. I
I
actually
reckon
love
the
the
best
fact.
thing
I love the
you
fact that
go.
he's under his van doing an
So
oil
do I.
change.
It's a
Like,
four-wheel drive.
I think it's
It's not a
so cool.
van. It's not a
Um,
van. It was his four-wheel drive.
yeah, sorry, under his four-wheel drive
I
truck.
I couldn't do that, but then again, I can't just put my car out into the bush for the oil. He changes the oil, changes a few filters.
Yeah,
It's unreal. It would save himself a few $100. So I guess that's also very WA-ish.
I was going to say, I reckon that like it's probably one of those
It's
things
not
where
even it's not
you
that hard to do either, really, if you just do it
nah,
once.
it's probably one of those things where you have to do it out there because if you get stuck up in like Nalu or wherever, like you're miles away from anything, and there's not really going to be a local breakdown guy come to help you out, change a filter or sort something out. So, but he talks about the main part of it, surf some sick waves, um,
How's
but
that left? Well, the other
yes,
dude's a good surfer,
really
and
good.
yeah, but Jacob's really, 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 really good.
Those waves look like my worst nightmare. They were like massive and just top to bottom trainers. They are just, I was like, well, I wanted nothing to do with those. But he does, and he serves them incredibly well. Like it's a sick little like clip. And then the kind of like the headline part of it is he goes deep into what happened at Margaret River with Yago, but I think he does it really respectfully.
Who else knows better than him?
Well, exactly.
There you go.
And but like I said, I think he does it really respectfully. Like he
Oh, doesn't he? By the time you get to the end, you don't feel any sort of
no
not anxiety, aggression
animosity.
towards either animosity towards either camp. And honestly, he's kind of over the last year converted himself from kind of a bit of an underground charging comp dude to a really good kind of personality on his
Yeah,
videos.
I think he's
Oh,
sick.
we got 4 minutes. This is the one I've wanted to talk about, Matty, and I haven't had a chance to. Jackie Robinson's now doing YouTube series too, and I'm just not feeling it. And I'm not feeling his front side hacks in it that I saw at the Kira comp, the snapper comp. Feels like he's holding back when he's doing it. I feel like he's put on too much muscle. I don't know.
My hot take is, I think he looked way better on sharp eyes.
Well, I think that you could be right there. And the other thing is, I had a look on his Instagram post from the Goldie, which he doesn't do apparently. And I had a look at this well-being resort retreat they went to on the Goldie. Do you know how much that costs, Matty, for a week?
For a week, I'd go with like 10K.
Yeah, 14K. So all I'm saying
Sure.
is I don't want to see it. I don't care about that place. No one's going there.
You
And
telling
if
me
you
you're not?
are,
You telling me that's not relatable to you, Daz?
if you're going there, you've got too much money, and you should be taking that money down to the homeless center and giving some food for people that need it, or putting it into some sort of disability surfing program. So,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah.
No, I think that's
Fuck that.
fair.
14 grand on a week to go and sit in a room and do all that stuff.
I
And
haven't.
if you do it, don't tell other people you're doing it. At least keep it to yourself.
I haven't seen it, but I wouldn't click on it because I'm just not a big Jack fan. But 2 minutes left, and I wanted to say something happened to me yesterday. They say never meet your heroes. Andy King, Kingy, coach of Medina, I could sit here for hours and talk about how what he's done.
Mick Fanning.
Mick Fanning, everything. Real good surfer back in the day as well. Before what happened to him happened, I met him yesterday at the Bristol Wave by accident. They say never meet your heroes. Complete opposite. He's even more like the one of the nicest humans I've ever spoken to. So much time for people. He's in England with surfing GB. Like he could be at the Goldie doing what he wants. He's in England putting in like sitting there looking at boards with the team, looking at their surfing, dialing them in. I think it's incredible that he's around GB surfing because he is phenomenal in his knowledge of surfing.
Good
And
for all that, but he's getting paid to do that, isn't he? Or did he come
of
over
course,
as a
yeah, of course he's getting paid.
he's not volunteer. Okay, yeah, good.
Yeah,
Just
well, I
checking.
didn't ask him what his pay was, but I'm guessing he's getting paid. But he could easily get paid to like I mean, it's Kingy. He could easily be paid to go and sit at Raglan with a world tour surfer right now. Like,
Well, legend about that. Matty's going to put a picture of him at the thing there before we run out of time. And while we've still got 15 seconds, I'm just going to say that's a beautiful hoodie you've got on there, Matty. And I'm loving the white color with your little red flag, Florence. I just wouldn't be cooking dinner with it, mate.
this is a
It's
special
got 1
occasions
month.
only. Special
It's got 1
occasions
month
only.
before it's dirty. 1 month before it's dirty.
I keep it away from pasta.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Enjoy.